Hi friends, this video is about working through your experiences, those painful experiences you have accumulated over the years that are now creating pain in you, even if you are against it. If you feel pain after a breakup, especially if there is abandonment or despair, hopelessness, needlessness, powerlessness, get ready to work on this point perfectly. The greatest weight in experience after a breakup comes from this area. Women have these feelings more often, but men try to suppress these painful feelings. Now, on the contrary, you have to release as much pain as possible to get rid of it. Release it to get rid of it, not to kill yourself at all. I rely on my experience in working with people. I give you a complete algorithm and stages of working with people. I remind you that these feelings come from childhood. They come from situations when you were deceived, left alone, and this experience you should have written out in the list of situations. So, back to the list. The last ones to work through should be the recent breakup situations with this partner. So, we will work through it from the first to the last situation, from the first to the sixth. It is clear that the last ones that you have, they are the most urgent, and now the brain is completely in this experience with your ex-partner. But believe me, it is better not to start with these situations. Let me explain. The recent situation where you felt abandonment and hopelessness is now strongly emotionally charged. And if you have weak or already exhausted psyche, you can stick with the recent experiences and sink to the bottom of your pain, which is very painful. While these are two strong experiences, you have to start with the weaker ones, from childhood. The pain is not so strong there, but everything is suitable for working through these feelings. Whatever situation we take, we are still working on the same feeling. Look at your open palm right now. Tense the whole hand. The fingers are the situations where you felt pain. And the palm of your hand is the feeling of abandonment and hopelessness that you feel, that you will be working with. Whatever situation, the feelings are always the same. Whichever finger you take, they all come from the palm of your hand. Once you work through 5-7 situations, so to speak, your palm will relax. And so will you. So, you should already have a list of 5-6 situations where you have experienced abandonment, needlessness, despair, and hopelessness. I hope you have done that. Next, you need to remember 3 situations where you felt complete peace of mind, but these situations should not be related to your ex-partner. Not excitement and extreme, but calm, easiness, freedom, carefree. It could be the beach, fishing, relaxing on a lake, in the mountains, in the woods, by a campfire, in a field, or horse riding, waking up on vacation, sightseeing, anything. Choose 3 moments and write out their names. For example, in the forest by the fire, I am lying on the beach. Rome, fountains. Woke up in my grandmother's village, looking at the Alps, and such. 3 situations, but without your ex-partner, from childhood to the present moment. You can pause the video and recall the 3 situations. Record it, look further. The algorithm of working through this step is as follows. We take the first situation to work through. For example, I will take the first day of kindergarten. Mom leaves. So, you need to close your eyes first. In this situation, you need to find the peak moment when mom leaves without turning around. You feel abandonment, hopelessness at the moment. You feel it on 6, 7, 8, 10 maybe for someone. And at the peak of a feeling, you take a deep breath and immediately exhale. That's very important. It should take up to 15 seconds. You feel it, deep breath in, deep breath out. Second point, eyes still closed. Immediately recall the first positive situation where there is calmness. For example, I will take the situation sitting by the fire. You try to remember who was next to you, what they were wearing, what you were wearing, what were your body sensations in this moment. You feel the peace itself, feel relaxation in the whole body, and take a light inhalation and exhalation. Exactly light, not deep. If you make a deep one, this situation will be erased. So take light breaths and exhalations, because we still need to use these moments in all 6 episodes. Eyes remain closed. You go back to the first unpleasant episode, first day of kindergarten, mom leaves. You feel the pain as much as possible, took the deepest possible breath, and at this point you need to stretch your whole body for 2-3 seconds and exhale. Inhale, stretch, hold for 2-3 seconds and exhale. Eyes still closed. Remember the second pleasant calm episode, for example in the mountains. Feel calmness, freedom, relaxation. Take a light inhalation, exhalation. Also literally for 10-15 seconds. Eyes also closed. Once again return to the kindergarten. Again feel pain. At the peak of sensation, you take a deep breath, stretch and exhale. Sixth point. You open your eyes, look at some calm object and say a phrase to yourself or aloud. You can write it down. I am me, and no matter what happens to me in my life, I remain myself. Because this is my life, and my life was given to me and for me, not for anyone else. Not for my parents, not for him or her, about the ex. Not for my kids or anyone else, but for me personally. This is my life. It may be hard at first to feel this autonomy and dependence, but you need to try, and each time you will feel more and more this stronger, healthy sense of egoism. So, you have spoken, you have felt it, you have taken a deep breath and exhaled. This is where you need to take the deep inhale and exhale, because we are charging this situation. So, you close your eyes, go back to the kindergarten, and once again try to feel the pain there of abandonment and hopelessness. And here you will notice that the pain itself has decreased. Some people will find it difficult to feel it. For example, the pain on the first step was on 9-10 and now it's on 5-6. But you still need to try to feel the pain as much as you can. Try to enhance it. As soon as you feel it, immediately take a deep breath, stretch and exhale. Eyes should still be closed. Recall again the third pleasant, calm episode. Feel there the peace in the soul and in the whole body. 5-10 seconds and lightly inhale and exhale. Eyes also remain closed. Go back to the kindergarten, feel the pain, inhale, stretch and exhale. And in this way you work through the first situation to a complete, honest, zero feeling, when the pain is simply no longer possible to feel, no matter how hard you try to do it. Even if it's very difficult for you to keep the feeling of pain, keep doing it anyway. Don't worry, this process is not endless. The first situation may take 10 minutes, or it may take 40 minutes, but the remaining situations will go away much faster. But remember to honestly do everything, because you are doing it for yourself. I have done this technique with abandonment and hopelessness hundreds of times, literally hundreds of times. And I will continue to do it because I know the result of it. Be patient with this process and you will definitely feel the changes afterwards. Let's go back to working through. Once you get to the point where you can feel the pain on the situation, it is zero. In my example, it's kindergarten. You create a new emotional experience in that situation by using your imagination. In a kindergarten, this episode would look like this. Mom leaves without turning around, and I have a sly smile on my face, and the thought, oh, I'm going to make a noisy here. Get ready, kids and teachers. Yes, maybe this was not in your behavior, and it's not typical of you in general. It doesn't matter. The main thing in that traumatic situation, zeroed already, is to instill the experience of independence, freedom, the experience of calmness, relaxation, the feeling that I am me, no matter what. As soon as you can feel it, take a deep breath and exhale, and move on to the next unpleasant situation. The next on the list, I mean 6 of them. For all 6 episodes, you will have 1.5, maybe 2 hours of your time, but the effect will remain for life.